Welcome to Cooking for All. My name is Teal and I want to share another recipe with you guys today. Everybody and their grandmother has a recipe for chocolate chip cookies. This one's mine. Since this isn't a test, this is a recipe that I know works. You'll find this recipe down below in the description. I will also put it here, so you can screen cap that and now see how it's done. For the butter, you want softened butter, not room temperature butter. And I say that because I lived in Minnesota once, and room temperature butter there is not the same thing as room temperature butter here in Texas. If, like me, you always forget to take your butter out of the fridge, or you decide, like me, to make cookies on the fly, I just put these suckers in the microwave for like 20 seconds together, and they're fine. So take your butter and your sugar, and you're gonna beat these two together until they are fluffy and really totally combined. Now, of course, you can use a stand mixer if you have one. If you don't, you can use a hand mixer, or if you have muscles, you could just do it by hand and mix it with a spoon or a whisk. Every once in a while, throughout the entire recipe, you're gonna wanna scrape down the sides of your bowl, whether you're using a stand mixer or a hand mixer, just to make sure everything is evenly combined. Next, you're gonna add your eggs and beat all of this together until it's completely combined. This is one of the parts where you want to be really careful to scrape down the sides, because the butter and the sugar tend to get stuck up on the sides and the egg just sort of gets moved around, and a lot of that butter and sugar is going to stay stuck and not get mixed in. Once it's all one lovely consistency with no lumps, you're going to add in your flour, salt, and baking soda all together. Whichever method you choose to mix this, make sure you start slow so you don't explode flour all over the kitchen. This is a pretty thick dough. So once that's all added together, I'll finish it by hand. Now, if you're using a stand mixer or you're using a hand mixer, you're gonna wanna do this part by hand because the dough is really stiff and you don't wanna strain the motor on either of those two mixers. If you're already doing it by hand, we're coming to the party. So you just dump your chips in, and then you just kind of fold it in on itself, stir it around, until all the chips get pretty evenly mixed in. I'm using all milk chocolate chips because that's what I love. You can use any kind of chips you want. You can use dark chocolate, white chocolate, milk chocolate. Throw in nuts if you want to ruin the cookie. People that love putting nuts in bread and brownies and stuff. Ruins it. Okay, all mixed in, and you can see how stiff this batter is. Yeah. Grab a cookie tray, and then either grease it or use parchment paper. And then I like to use a cookie scoop because I get the exact same size cookie for every single one, and it makes my baking times really even, and altogether it's just faster for me to do. But a lot of people don't have these. This one's about a tablespoon, so just so you know, about a tablespoon's worth of cookie dough on the sheet. I put 12 cookies per sheet. And then these are gonna go in the oven at 350 degrees for 11 minutes. Hey, check out what's on my other cookie sheet. Look at them. When they come out of the oven, they're gonna be quite puffed up. This is where a lot of people go wrong. You think, oh, it's still really puffy and it looks a little bit wet. It needs to stay in the oven longer. But no, that is when cookies get overbaked. These now, set to cool, you're gonna notice they're gonna go down, they're not gonna be a poof, and they're gonna become the greatest looking cookie on earth. My favorite thing about these cookies is that they're crispy on the outside and they're squishy and gooey in the middle. They are so perfect. Also, I forgot to mention, these cookies go in just like this, in these little balls. You don't need to squish them down at all. They'll take care of that themselves. And when they come out, they're all poofed again. And then they go flat, like they're supposed to. Now this is to make a cookie that is crispy around the edges and gooey on the inside. If you like a cookie that is crispier more than gooey, go ahead and cook it for 1 or 2 more minutes and it should be perfect. The best thing about these cookies, aside from them being totally delicious and amazing, is that when you wake up tomorrow, they're not gonna be hockey pucks. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this recipe, make sure you like this video down below. Comment if you make these, and I really think you should try making these because they're so good. Tell me what your favorite cookies are. We can try making those and we can all learn about new cookies. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one.